Welcome to the Best Things Podcast. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to follow us on all the socials at Best Things Pod as well. Now, here are your hosts, Craig and Aaron.
Hello, Internet. Welcome into the Best Things Podcast. My name is Craig. Sitting next to me is Aaron Brooks. Aaron, were you going to sneeze?
Yeah.
Little inside baseball right before, if you're watching online with the little logos doing its thing on there while the intro's playing, I just look over at Aaron's just like headphones off, like assuming the position, like here it goes, here it goes, and then nothing happened.
It's stuck right there. I can feel it.
So at some point in the next
60
seconds, it's just you don't need to cover it up either. Just let people embrace this moment. Just be part of it. Oh my goodness. Welcome to the show, everybody. Happy October. We've said on the show before, it is the best sports month, that's for sure. And today
is that what we've said?
I think we have, because you have all the stuff. You have football, you got baseball, basketball is starting up.
Yeah.
You've got soccer, I guess. Is soccer a thing? I know hockey kind of starts up again.
So I remember we did discuss that last year because some guy commented saying basketball doesn't start until November.
Yeah, but you got
griped at us.
Yeah, you got preseason games.
Yeah.
I have already switched to basketball. Football.
He's in basketball.
Football.
Let's see.
Do away with football.
I'm still in baseball mode.
Yeah, I'm done with baseball too.
The Rangers are in the middle of the ALDS right now.
Congratulations.
We'll see how it goes. I don't have a lot of faith in them.
Yeah, I was about to say, do not hype them up because the last time we recorded, we were both saying by the time we come back, Arkansas will be 3-0 or 4-0, and I'm like, the Titans will be undefeated. And you're like, the Broncos will be undefeated.
I don't really know why I watch sports.
Oh man, just heartbreak, man.
Like every team I support, with the exception of the Rangers, and I gave up on them multiple times this year.
This year.
But every other team just completely sucks.
It is. Sports is hard. I look at all of my teams. Red Sox missed the playoffs. Arkansas doing terribly. Titans struggled to get to 2-2. I just don't get it. I don't know why we do the things we
Broncos gave up 70 points to Miami.
They did. They fought back against the other worst team in the league.
Nearly lost to the Bears. Came back from 21 down and actually won somehow.
Yeah.
Not a lot to brag about there. But it is basketball month, though, for Arkansas. We have already had our red-white game and exhibition game start. We're playing Purdue in a couple of weeks, and that's a pretty big game. They're doing it for tornado relief here in Arkansas.
Yeah.
So that'll be a big game.
Duke coming to town in a couple of months.
Yeah, that's massive.
I mean, I love basketball. I'm ready for it. Obviously, I'm prepared. I have switched gears mentally, and we're here. But you know what? We are not just – we talked about how October is the best sports month. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to make a definitive decision on what the best month is, period. Like, what is the best month of the year? There are 12 of them. Only 8 of them can make our bracket. Are there 12?
Okay.
There are 12 months.
All right.
Unless we wanted to have a couple buys in here. I didn't know if we – well, no, we don't. We're not going to confuse ourselves. There are 8 months – or
there are 12 months.
There are 12 months. Only 8 can make our bracket. So that means there's going to be 4 months left in the cold or the heat, depending on what month it is. And by the end of this episode, we will definitively tell you which month is the best. So if you're listening to this, pick out your early favorites. Get your odds. Go to Vegas. You know, you can bet on this stuff.
As I mentioned to you, I tweeted this. For those of you who follow me on the X these days, I X'd about this. Is that what we say now?
I was about to ask you. I don't know what we call it now.
I still call it tweeting.
Yeah. Yeah, because every time you see this posted, it's like, follow us on Twitter. I mean, X, formerly Twitter. Like, even on the app, if you go to the App Store, it is the app name is X, but underneath it, formerly Twitter.
Have you noticed when on CarPlay People will send me Twitter links. You sent me one yesterday, and I had Siri read it, and it said Craig Woodson sent an X article, formerly Twitter, and it's just funny. It cracks me up every time I hear it.
What are you doing, Elon? What's the point?
Anyway, at the time, I was still tweeting, okay? We can determine what I'm doing now, but March 12th of this year, I put out my month of the year power rankings.
Yeah.
And I forgot about this until we started having this discussion. So I wanted to make sure that I am consistent with what I said in March.
Smart.
Or if my opinion has changed since then. Looking at it, I don't really know that it has.
Really? I have not, honestly, I've not given this a ton of thought.
Have you not? I thought everybody kind of like thought through, oh, what's your favorite month of the year?
Well, I hadn't thought about it until I was thinking October. Man, October is so great. It's the best sports month, and it gets cooler. I'm like, wait a minute, is it the best month though? Because I mean, we'll get into it. There's no need to talk about it right now, but there's some valid claims for a lot of months, and some months are just flat out the worst to me. But I mean, this is obviously it's varying opinions. Me and my wife would have very different opinions on what the best months are as well.
Yeah. I think in our group of 4, I think 3 of us would be definitively on one side, and I think Lauren would be the outlier on the other side.
Yeah. Well, let's just get to it. She likes the warm weather. I think all 3 of us like the cold weather. All right. Anything else before we get into this?
I haven't sneezed yet.
Wow.
So
let's see if it happens.
Some point, just buckle up if you're listening and all. If you're watching, you'll see some visual cues. If you're listening, don't run off the road because it may come out with the force of 1,000 chariots.
We're going to make a short that's just the clips of you. Just a minute-long reel of you just waiting, anticipating, and then never paying off. Just never sneezing.
Yep, never happened.
All right, let's get into it.
Before we can figure out the best thing, we have to talk about all the things. It's time for the thing about the things.
All right. If you're watching online, something's different. If you're listening, this is a plug. But for those watching online, look! We've talked about how we have merch. This stuff's proof that we got merch, y'all.
Yeah, it's tangible.
I am holding this baby blue.
It feels good.
Best Things podcast hoodie that you can get. Just go to our website, bestthingspod.com, or tap the link in episode notes to go get you one. It got here very fast. We order our own merch. Like we don't have a print shop in the back. We order our own merch. So I ordered it on, what day was it? Sunday or Monday, and it's already here. Less than a week it got here. So
I'm sure people who are local to the area, they'll probably see our wives sporting some of that stuff around.
Maybe. Probably not.
I was going to say, I don't know that they will ever.
You'll see me sporting a hoodie. I know that. So yeah, get it on there. We have there's a bunch of stuff on there. There is you will not. Yeah, you will. You'll see these mugs as well on there. There is the now famous Arkansas Karen shirt is on there.
Oh,
so if you really,
I need that.
Yeah, if you really want to rub it in people's face during basketball season when we're actually good, or baseball season, not during football.
Fart ball. That's what we play.
Is fart ball. Go get you that. There's other stuff too.
We need a mug with cartoonized faces of us on them.
That would be a great idea.
I think that would look good. People would like to have a mug so they can look at us while they drink their morning coffee.
So yeah, go get merch. It helps us out, and go check out the website Best Things Pod. We refreshed a few things on there too. Follow us on all the social media, because guess what? I'm not too. We're not too big to promote it. We're actually being able to be monetized now on the socials. So if you see something of ours pop up, share it.
Share it. Click them vids.
Yeah.
You know,
let somebody know about it.
Mm-hmm.
It helps us out. We want, if you want more great content, you have to pay us.
What we do don't come easy.
Yeah.
And we got kids to feed these days too.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
They eat a lot. Okay, we're going to get into this. The best month. There are 12 of them. We've established that. Do we want to just go in order of months? It seems like the most natural list.
That seems, yeah.
It seems like, would it be weird if we just started with May?
Yeah, just right in the middle of it. No, I guess work your way from the
beginning of the year to the end. Which I have a couple of fun facts along the way. So we're going to start with January. January was not the original beginning of the year. Did you know that?
Well, I mean, I guess yes and no.
Okay, so
I know that the calendar that we use today is not the calendar that we have always gone by.
well, I'm even talking about when because the Romans created the calendar we currently use.
Yeah,
correct.
the Gregorian calendar,
Yes.
right?
It originally had 10 months. That's why December, the last month of the year, which is the 12th month, is actually DEC, which is Deca, which is 10. So the year actually started in March. According to this, the Romans considered January and February, they just called them dead months or the dead period because it was too cold for them to go to war or anything. So their military and stuff like that didn't get out. So they just called those 2 months dead period, and then they started the year in March.
So it was like the dead period in recruiting.
Yeah, I guess so. Wouldn't that be great?
You know what? I want to agree with the Romans. I think that January and February should be a dead period. They are the worst months.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Already coming in on hot takes.
Let me make sure that I'm saying that right. Yep.
Which we need to before we get to this far, at any point, either one of us can hit the bell, the Taco Bell bell, to add that to our calendar. And I thought for sure you might enjoy a January.
No, my official power ranking is January is 12th.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
January really depresses me.
Really?
It does. Because September to December, I really enjoy that quarter of the year.
You don't like the letdown after the holidays.
And I am just disappointed because we've got our anniversary. We do a big vacation trip in September. October, we've got a lot of stuff going on. You've got Halloween. You come into November, you're decorating for Christmas. You've got Thanksgiving. You've got December and Christmas and birthdays and all of those things. And then you get to January and it's like, okay.
You've got all birthdays and stuff. Like you're wanting to take out our birthday month.
January is not your birthday month.
No, but you got February.
I ranked January 12th.
Okay,
I ranked it 12th.
Well,
go ahead.
I'm just saying. I mean, January, you have the new year. It's fresh opportunity. It's resolutions. It
is a reminder of how you failed in the previous year. That is what it is. Because what does everybody do in January? Oh, I'm going to go on a diet. I'm going to lose weight. You're fatter than you were the year before.
That's true, yeah.
You're going to get your gym membership. You're going to go maybe 2 weeks out of the year. You're going to pay for a month. You'll probably forget to cancel it. You'll end up paying for February. You're going to be annoyed because you can't just cancel it on the app. You actually got to go in, and
that's true.
It's a hassle.
The best resolutions and the best times I've lost weight have always happened when I start in like September or August. Never works when I start in January, because for us, like, you go January, you're still wearing hoodies and sweatshirts, so it doesn't really matter if you're losing weight or not. And then for us, like, you got Super Bowl, then you got we're getting into all that. But the next few months, it's a lot of opportunity for food.
Let me also just tell you that I'm going to give you some cons for January at the moment.
Let's give the cons.
Because that's what I'm looking at since it is the worst month. It is cold.
It is. I like the cold.
Okay, but I like cold. I don't like to be frozen, though. There's like a happy medium in there. You don't want it to be bone chilling.
Well, I mean, we live in Arkansas. It could be cold, but it could also be 70.
It could be, but because of the humidity that we have, the dampness in the air, the moisture that we get, because I work outside quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I'm getting to the point where I don't like to be that cold. I don't like to be hot. I don't like to be cold. I've got about 3 weeks out of the year that I really enjoy. And the rest of the time, I'm just cranky about the temperatures outside.
I'm looking for a list here. We have some celebrity birthdays that happen in January. I mean,
according to Ranker, This is the 11th month of the year.
I don't know that it's going to be in my top 8, but I don't know that I'm poo-pooing on it as much as you are.
Here's what they say. You make a bunch of resolutions that you know you'll never keep, and that makes you feel guilty. The excitement of the holidays is officially behind you, and you don't really have much to look forward to until spring, which is really far away. There's so many cons. Here's the pros. Let me give
give me some pros.
January
give me some
fair shake.
Here.
Okay, you get black-eyed peas and hog jowl on January 1st.
I haven't done that in years.
Have you not?
I have not.
Oh, you got to eat your black-eyed peas on New Year's Day.
I would love to know how many of you are actually doing that. Are you doing that on New Year's? Do you eat the black-eyed peas, the hog jowl, the spinach?
Yeah, you're supposed to eat some greens.
Yeah.
That's for like wealth or something, yeah. Right? You have bowl games.
That's true. Which
you've got
half are irrelevant, but
they are. But you've got some good college football.
Yeah.
The NFL playoffs are going on in January.
Yeah.
And college basketball, you're in conference play at that point.
Yep.
So for Arkansas, that matters for us.
It does.
If you're a Pac-12 fan, you guys can suck it.
Y'all don't exist anymore anyway. So just get over it.
So there's the pros for January in my book.
Okay. Let's move on to February, shall we? Maybe you'll feel a little bit better about February. I'm going to take February.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, I got to. I'm going to put February 4.
And since you're going to tell us where you're putting it, let me tell you where I'm putting it. I've got it ranked 11th.
I think, you made it sound like, oh, wait, they're very different. No, they're right next to each other.
Ranker would disagree with both of us.
Okay.
The world says February is the worst.
Why? Because it's short?
Because I'm just quoting from Ranker. Valentine's Day is basically a holiday made to highlight how lonely you feel, or it's a chance to really
lonely.
or it's a chance to really mess up a day that your significant other has been waiting for all year long. Which we have covered this on a podcast.
We did a whole Valentine's
and talked
Day
about
episode.
how don't set high expectations.
Have a conversation with your significant other and talk about what Valentine's Day should look like, and you're going to be great.
Because to me, that's one of the pros for the month. I would move Valentine's Day to the pro. I enjoy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I like it. And go back and listen to our, I don't know, what did we do? The greatest things about Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I think we just did Valentine's Day.
The best Valentine's Day.
For us, February it's a big month.
It's a big month for you.
It's a huge month because all three of us in my family, me, my wife, and my daughter, all of us have a birthday in the same week. So within 4 or 5 days of each other, we all have birthdays. It's Valentine's Day, and you got the Super Bowl in February.
Yes. That gave it an edge over January. Valentine's Day gives it an edge over January because you're going to eat some good food.
See, there's months I think that would be behind all that.
Not at all. I mean, it is colder than January.
It's true, which
I feel like February is our coldest month.
Here it is, absolutely,
for us.
In Arkansas, yeah. And I feel like as the years go on, and whether it's climate change or just how the world works, it feels like winter is shifting. But it's not like it's shrinking. Everything is just shifting just a little bit. So it seems like it used to get cooler in September. Now it doesn't really get cool till October, but our winter creeps now into March, and
it's not uncommon for us to see snow in March.
So February now feels like it has become the coldest month, where it used to be January. We get we will get snow in February often.
Here is a pro for February. It only has 28 days. So we get through the second worst month of the year faster. We can put it behind us.
Okay.
And the good months are on the horizon. Also, you have President's Day, which is a day off of work.
That's true.
For many people.
You've also got Groundhog Day.
Okay, how do we celebrate that?
I mean, it's
how fun is that for most people?
I mean, it's fun to look and see.
Woo!
It gave us a great movie. It didn't happen. It almost happened.
Cough drop went up my nose. Wow. Like that. Whoa. Man, my nasal passages are clear. I can smell colors now. It just hit me. Oh, man. Woo!
Well, I'm sorry. You're sitting next to me right now, so he's never smelled me before.
Holy cow.
So you've got...
Man.
Totally distracted now.
What were you saying?
I don't even know. It gave us a great movie. It gave us Groundhog Day, the movie.
Are you going to watch it on Groundhog Day?
Absolutely, you watch it on Groundhog Day.
So there's one good day in February.
You have leap year, or leap. It has a leap day every 4 years.
Does that make the month better?
It shifts things around. Okay, I have some stats about leap day. The probability of February 29th birthdays is 1 in just over 1,400. The U.S. Census data reveals that about 0.07% or 205,000 people in the U.S. have a February 29th birthday. So the question I want to ask is, when do you celebrate your birthday the rest of the time? Do you only celebrate your birthday every 4 years?
I think you have to do it every year on the 28th.
Do you?
The other 3 years, I think you have to do it on the 28th.
Yeah.
And then I think that you get a major birthday on the 29th.
So you just crank it up on the 29th.
Yeah, you're going to like 15 out of 10.
So how does it make you feel when you hear Leap Day people saying, I'm only 4 years old, or 5 years old, because they only celebrate every 4 years?
Grow up. Grow up.
They can't. They're only 5 years.
We're not that interested in it.
That's funny.
But February is slightly ahead of January.
I think it's leaps and bounds ahead of January.
According to Ranker, it's the worst month.
Well,
okay, that's the world voting.
Ranker is wrong. Those people are wrong.
If the entire world agrees basically with me, then it's right.
I guess I know I am biased. So I am looking. If our birthday, if it wasn't birthday week at the end of the month, then I probably wouldn't.
So you get 7 days, and let's see, President's Day falls in birthday week, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah.
Okay, so that doesn't. So you have 7 days plus Groundhog Day and Valentine's Day.
Well, the Super Bowl. I would say the Super Bowl is obviously more. It should be a holiday. Can we just say that right now?
The Super Bowl should be moved to Saturday.
Yes, but it should also have a holiday attached to it. There should be a day off.
But it's on Sunday.
I don't think they're going to change it to Saturday. You're right. It should be, but I don't think.
How do you make it a holiday then?
If you do it, well, you'd have the next day. You observe it on that Monday.
What sense would that make?
Because it gives people who are going to a party or just all the hype around it, gives you that extra day to sleep in. And I mean, because a lot of times these games, it may not start till, it starts at 6 o'clock. The game's a lot longer than a normal game. And if you're at somebody's house, you may not get home till later. And for those
but the National College Football Championship game is on a Monday night.
I agree.
And it starts at like 8 p.m.
But there's a lot fewer people that are watching that. Like, you've got people who aren't even, like Lauren is interested in the Super Bowl, and it has nothing to do with football. She enjoys the party. She enjoys this atmosphere.
We have a party every time for the college football championship.
We do, but not a lot of people do. There are people who have nothing to do with football who are watching the Super Bowl just because it's cultural. The halftime show, it's a cultural moment.
I always skip the halftime show.
Yeah, because we like football. We could care less about the halftime show.
So why doesn't the college football championship? Don't they have some sort of halftime show?
But it's not. They don't do the commercials during it. There's not all this pomp and circumstance around it. It's for football fans. And it happens on a Monday, which is also stupid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's at like 8 o'clock. The Super Bowl at least starts at like 5:30.
That's true, but it runs much longer than even the college football final does.
Oh.
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah, because they do so much more with commercials.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah, because they hype up the commercials so much. I don't know. I think I agree. They both should be moved to Saturday. Any major championship like that should be, especially if it's a one-off. I get Major League Baseball and NBA. They have playoffs and there's multiple game series in there. Yeah,
but if it's a single thing for all the marbles,
yeah, why in the world? And the March Madness is the same way. The final, it's a one-game final, and it usually happens on a Monday too. And I don't know why. I'm assuming it has something to do with TV. That's the only thing I can think of. More people at home on a Monday night. They're not going to a party or a wedding or something like that. That's the only thing I can think of. Same for a Sunday night, I guess.
Okay, you took February and you said it's the
I put it number 4.
4.
Yeah, because I mean I don't think it's a top tier month, but I do.
That's a top tier.
If I was going 1 through 8, it'd be 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I only have 4 to choose from.
Yeah,
so
I understand that, but
so it's number 4. It's going to get knocked
So
out
it
by
would
whatever
be
your number
8
1 is
out of 12.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Is
Yeah.
where in the
It's
grand
8
scheme
out of
of
12
the year.
And yeah, I don't think it deserves to be any higher than that.
Okay.
Next month is March.
Okay.
Well, you haven't hit the button yet. I don't know where you put this one, but
Let's see. Aaron's power rankings of the year. March is number 9.
okay, so we're creeping up barely a little bit. I want to know
Yeah.
what you put at 10 now.
Um,
Your power rankings have me interested.
let's see where Ranker ranks it. The people of the world on Ranker put it number 10.
Man, you and the people.
We're attuned.
I'm wondering where y'all are going to diverge, if at all. March, you've got St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to pause at St. Patrick's
Let's
Day.
pause.
I'm triggered.
Let's pause.
Okay. Oh, no.
Are you wearing green?
On St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah.
If I think about it. Okay, let me put it this way. I work a lot from home, or I work in an office where it's just me and like 1 or 2 other people from time to time. So the odds of me seeing people is very small on most days. But if I'm out, if I'm going to a meeting or something like that, if I think about, I just don't have a lot of green in my wardrobe. So I'm not like just always breaking out the green stuff. But on that day, if I've got something, and I'll do it. But I'm not worried about it.
Do you pinch people?
No. I could care less about that.
Do you ever get pinched?
Yes.
Does underwear count for wearing green?
You've got to prove it. That's the problem. And I did student ministry for a long time, and that's usually where the pinching and stuff like that would occur. You know, they may not pinch me, and I'm not going to pinch them. But that's where, like, if it fell on a Wednesday or something like that, they might say something. And so I to avoid the whole underwear conundrum, I made sure to always wear something green on the outside for that. I didn't think that's where this podcast was going to go, but here we are.
But
yeah, I mean, that's the problem. You have to prove that.
You do.
And so it just makes it awkward and uncomfortable for everybody. So if you think you're going to be around people that want it proved, and we're not talking about bread here, then you better put a hat on. Just put a little green speck on your face or something.
I don't own a green hat. Do you?
I don't know that I do either.
Let's see. Are you a Celtics fan?
No.
Okay.
I have no allegiance to an NBA team. I tried to be a Celtics fan at one point just because I'm a Red Sox fan, and I just couldn't. I just don't watch enough NBA, honestly.
Oh, that needs to change this year. Arkansas is putting so many players in the league that it's fun to watch the Arkansas guys play.
I would wear a Bucks hat.
Absolutely.
Bucks hat.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's green.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, though, I interrupted you. Continue on.
I don't know where I was going. I was listing St. Patrick's Day. Spring starts in March. You have March Madness starts in March. It does not end there, but it does start there. At the best week of March Madness happens in March.
Yes. The best day of sports. October is the best month of sports, the best day of sports. The best
2 days, really.
Yes. Yeah. The best weekend of sports is in March.
Absolutely. Those 2 days where it's 16 games back to back.
All day long.
Oh, it is
better than the Super Bowl.
Yes, beautiful chaos is what it is.
Absolutely. That should be the holiday. People should be off work for that.
I absolutely agree with that. I will take away. You're right. What I said
I
about
would
the
swap
Super Bowl,
the Super Bowl for having that.
100%. Research has indicated that some companies have lost up to $1.9 billion in wages to staff who did not attend work in favor of watching the NCAA March Madness.
I believe it.
I am 0% productive on those 2 days.
Yeah,
and
not
I don't
at all.
care who knows it. Like if during March Madness, and I have the unfortunate situation that my anniversary often falls on that weekend.
It does.
Because 12 years ago, whenever my wife and I decided to get married, we had to worry about her spring break at college. And so we thought, well, let's just do it right there. Never once occurred to me back in July when we planned it that it would fall on that weekend.
For a lot of people, they enjoy March because it does mark spring break.
That's true. Yeah, I forgot about that, spring break.
That happens in March. I guess we'll kind of get more into the spring break stuff over the next few years.
I guess so.
It will matter more to us. I hadn't thought of spring break since I was in school. But I know for a lot of people, there's a big trip planned. So I could see, you've come out of those coldest months, the beginnings of spring, daylight savings time, the time change has occurred.
Yeah, which sucks.
Hopefully, eventually,
Yes.
I am calling on the Congress of the United States of America to act.
It's supposed to happen in Arkansas at least.
The Senate, the United States Senate has already approved it.
Yeah.
The House of Representatives has not moved on this. Everybody knows I'm a Republican, and our Republican Congress will not do this. So here I am asking the GOP to please do something. Let's eliminate time changes.
We really do. It's
Choose one or the other.
it's not worth it anymore.
I would probably choose to stay on daylight saving time, I think.
That makes is that where we're at right now?
Yes.
Okay. That's fine.
It's about to end.
Yeah, because that means it'll stay darker longer, right?
Yeah.
In the mornings, but you're coming home and it's still sunny, or at least sunset.
Yeah. I mean, you've only got 24 hours in the day. We're just talking about how we're shifting our
Exactly.
time around the sun. But
And I don't care either way.
just choose one of them. Let's eliminate the whole nonsense of going back and forth.
Exactly. The worst thing in the world is that thing in March. Fall
Everybody
is
you can
okay.
get where you're falling back, we can
Give
survive
an
that.
extra hour, sure.
The other one is
it-
just the worst.
It
It's the
hurts.
pits.
And what's funny is this is the first year I've ever thought about this, but we both have infants now, and I'm like, how in the world are we going to adjust their sleep schedule?
Exactly.
In later this next month.
We just came back from our vacation where we went to Colorado, and we dealt with the time change.
Yeah.
So we spent a week on Mountain Time trying to keep him on Central Time because we didn't want to come
Yeah.
home, so it was just difficult.
Yeah.
We did pretty good with it, but it wasn't easy.
No, I'm sitting here going, oh my gosh.
So
we're gonna
I don't-
shift her bedtime.
I don't know if you start planning in advance and slowly, like the week before, start
know.
bumping things around.
I don't know.
Because it's sneaking up on us in just a
Yeah.
few weeks.
Yeah. It'll
so
be here before you know
we
it.
got to deal with that, and that can make it even worse.
First weekend in November, I think.
Yes,
Ugh.
November 4th.
Yeah, I'm not. That's going to be interesting.
Let's see.
I'm trying to decide. I don't.
You have some nicer days in March,
You do?
but it's kind of hit or miss. It's kind of a bipolar weather month.
Yeah.
You could have a frigid day.
That's
you could have a really warm.
absolutely true.
You don't know how to dress in March.
Like I said, we've seen snow in March.
Yeah.
Many times.
Ice. It can happen.
We've also worn shorts and t-shirts.
Yes.
And felt like you need to go to the pool party, in March.
So you're not grabbing March?
I'm not grabbing
I'm not
March
grabbing it.
yet.
Okay.
We'll see, because, I think there's going to be a run on some months later, and that we may have run out of space, but we'll see. I know a few I definitely don't want to touch with the 10-foot pole, because so far my list is drastically different than Ranker and apparently yours, so we'll see. April showers, April Fool's Day. You also typically have Easter. Sometimes you'll get Easter in March.
End of March, yeah. But most of the time it's in April.
Most of the time. April also, though, brings taxes. tax season is in April, or the tax deadline, I guess.
What is it? April 15th, 17th, whatever.
Yeah. You probably do your taxes February 3rd, don't you?
Usually last year, I think we were right up to the deadline trying to get them done.
That's usually me. Lauren is always every year, hey, get them done early this year. We want to get money back. I'm like, but there's no guarantee we're going to get money back. I want to wait. So I am usually a procrastinator when it comes to taxes. I hate doing that stuff.
You have April 20th.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a day for some people.
If you partake. You just came from Colorado where it's 420 all the time.
420 is also National Record Store Day.
Oh, really?
For those who choose to participate in that. They get excited about 420.
Because they're listening to Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon backwards that day. That's why it's record day.
Coachella. That's a pro on
Any
Ranker.
Surprise, it's around 420. I mean,
that is one of the pros
stars are
listed
aligning.
for Ranker. Okay, let me give you my power ranking. I have April listed 6th.
really, middle of the pack.
Middle of the pack.
That seems high.
The world at Ranker says it's number 6.
Man, you in the world.
They are right with
the
me.
World.
They are with me. But yeah, under pros for April, Ranker says festival season kicks off with Coachella.
Who cares?
I did not know that.
Our audience does not care.
I couldn't have told you that it was in April. I forgot that it existed. Depending on April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
Do you? How do you partake in that?
Back when I was a younger man, I used to partake, and I would do some dumb pranks and stuff like that. Again, I'm not in my day to day. I'm not always around people, and so it makes it tough to get away with some fun stuff. But there are from time to time. And it's usually never like those big deep pranks where you're faking people out. It's usually like, I have before, I'll go in and put Post-it notes all over somebody's office or, stuff like that. Fill up office with balloons or stuff like that. Yeah. It's never really anything.
Stapler
like,
and Jello.
Yeah, exactly. Office type pranks. I've never been one to get into, because here's the deal. If you're trying one of those fake out ones, like, oh, this happened and did it really? No, it's like people nowadays, like, they're wise to it. They know what the day is.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of hard to
Have you ever fallen for a prank?
Yeah, I'm sure I have. I mean, I don't think I've ever been
where
like,
you've been unaware of what the day was and weren't thinking about it?
Yeah. I know famously a channel we're both fans of, Rhett and Link, they famously on April Fool's Day, and it gets me for the first 5 minutes or so. Because it's just kind of part of a routine for me, at least, where I'll just, eating breakfast or something, I'll put that on, and they'll do something really dumb on that day, and it tends to get me. So that is one thing on social media. You can get people easily that way. A company posts something, but it can't be big. It's got to be small.
Right.
Like, it's got to be like a logo modification,
sure,
or introducing a new product that wouldn't be totally out of the realm of possibility. If Pepsi just says, hey, we're coming out with a Pepsi car, for sale, you're gonna know,
right?
So it's got to be subtle.
It's a bad day for real big actual news events to happen, though.
Absolutely, it is. I remember, what was it that happened?
Something in the last year or two happened on April 1st.
It did. I can't remember what it was.
I don't either.
Part of me wants to say, was that when Kobe?
No, that was January 20.
That's right. It was way
something.
Earlier. I don't remember. Yeah, there was something. I think it was last year that happened on April Fool's Day, and we thought, no way. I'm pretty sure. Did Bobby Petrino fall off the bike on April 1st?
That was April 1st.
Yeah, because we all thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
Oh man. Neither one was taking April, huh?
Not yet. I will say that you start to get more of the springtime stuff.
You do, which means allergies.
Well, okay. And see, I have allergies written down on my notes here to mention, because mine usually start in February.
Oh, really?
Cedar, stuff like that really starts to get me, but they really intensify in April.
I get fall allergies. So mine happened back in September.
I get spring and fall allergies. Mine usually start early February, and they run until about July to August, and then they start back in September. So I get like 2 months out of the year where I'm not bothered with allergies.
Okay, so see, that's why that is a pro when it comes to January and February, because there's no bugs, there's no allergies.
Okay, the bugs are good. That's a pro for us here in the South. That's a pro.
Yeah,
no bugs.
I don't want any of that stuff. And I love
February,
winter.
though, I mean, I have it listed as a con on my notes for February because that cedar really gets to me in February.
We mentioned Easter, but I mean we both are church guys.
That's like the Super Bowl of the church.
So we were just busy.
It's a
during
big
that
day.
week.
So April is fun for me. I always enjoy April, and that's why I've got it middle of the pack.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure where I would put it, to be honest with you. It might come in 9. I need to write mine out.
I've been giving mine. We haven't really gotten yours. That's what I was curious.
I will give mine at the end. How about that?
Okay.
I'm gonna write mine out as we go, just because I didn't put that thought into it like you did once before. What do we got next? You want to talk about May?
May, yeah. So the merry, merry month of May. April showers bring May flowers. And I know for a lot of people, May is a great month. I have it ranked 5th.
Okay.
So it's a top shelf month for me.
So so it's not cracking your 4 yet, though.
It hasn't cracked my 4, but it is top. I know you want to know where Ranker has it. They've got it number 4.
Okay. Y'all are lockstep still.
Very close. Pros for May, according to Ranker. Springtime and everything that comes with it. Outdoor sports, blooming plants, shorts weather, more time outside, Cinco de Mayo, Memorial Day, springtime sales, and new clothes.
Okay.
Do springtime sales or new clothes do anything for you?
Not a single thing.
I don't think about that either.
Not a single thing.
Cinco de Mayo and Memorial Day, I had written down in my notes. Also, because it's like a 1-2 punch for me, May 4th and May 5th. You get Star Wars Day and Cinco de Mayo back to back.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of people don't care about Star Wars Day, but it's a real thing.
Yeah, every year I say on the 4th, I'm gonna watch the whole Star Wars series, or at least the trilogy. I usually watch something Star Wars, but every year I'm like, I'm gonna watch all
9.
The longer I wait to do this, the more adds up to it. Because originally it's like, I'm gonna watch all 3, and then it became, I need to watch all 6. Now I have to watch all 9 plus all the spinoffs and stuff like that. But one of these years, I'm gonna dedicate myself to doing it.
May 4th happens on a Saturday this year.
Ooh, good time to do it.
I think that we need to get together and have a Star Wars Day party.
I agree.
I think we should do Star Wars themed food.
Yes.
And drinks.
Yes.
And pick one.
One of the trilogies?
Yeah.
Okay.
And do that.
Yeah, because we have kids now. We got to introduce. Now we had kids, I guess, the last May the 4th, but
yeah, we did.
They'll be older and can appreciate it, right?
They'll be more engaged.
They'll be a whole year old.
Exactly. And then May 5th, I'm going to eat the mess out of some Mexican food for Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
So May is a lot of fun. You've got Mother's Day. Usually a big day.
Mother's Day. I forgot about Mother's Day.
That's kind of a big thing. Yeah. And then you've got Memorial Day, which is sort of like the unofficial official kickoff to summer.
Yeah.
For most people. Kids are getting out of school.
Yeah. Memorial Day for us is Rib Day.
Rib Day,
Rib Day
I know.
In our family. And so it's a big deal for us. I have, I'm not going to tell my ranking yet.
You're not going to tell your ranking yet for that one?
Yeah.
I think May is about the last really good time in the area that we live to kind of get out and enjoy the outdoors before it really kind of becomes pick and choose and it's kind of miserable to be out there.
Yeah.
If you want to do some hiking, some sightseeing, stuff like that.
Yeah, because I would say April for that, but April does tend to be rainy.
A lot of rain. It kicks off the tornado season for us. A lot of thunderstorms, stuff like that.
And I know for a lot of people, April does also. I mean, again, a lot of allergies happen. It feels like there's a lot of allergies.
And that's
in April too.
according to Ranker, the con is the oncoming of allergy season. I'm already in it, so I'm miserable.
Yeah.
I've just been miserable longer than everybody else, and so it makes me feel good. And to me, it's a pro that everybody else is getting allergies in May because I'm like, welcome to the club. You know,
Right,
here's
yeah.
a box of tissues and some Zyrtec and a Flonase. Enjoy the ride. And then what about spring cleaning? Is that something that you think about or something that you guys do on an annual basis?
No, honestly, ours. I don't know when we usually do something once a year, but I feel like we do it a couple times a year. We'll break it up different parts of the house. So usually, like, you know, I know like right after Christmas and stuff. Usually in January is when we do a lot of ours because you've got new stuff coming in, you've got gifts, and so or clothes. So you start getting rid of other stuff, and then usually. Maybe around that time, but typically it's in the fall. We'll do a yard sale or something, you know, and so you get rid of stuff then too. So I don't know. I don't know that we dedicate spring to cleaning. We used to when I was a kid. Our family would do that.
Okay.
Usually at the end of, you know, especially during those years where we were homeschooled, we would take time at the end of that school year. Because I vividly remember, and I know my parents listen to this, but I vividly remember, you know, my mom would open up every window in the house. Like we'd crank them open, we'd play music, and like so you just smell that spring air, you know, that early
pollen.
summer. Yeah, that's you smell that, and you're spending the time cleaning.
You've got baseball going on in May. It kind of starts in April.
Yeah,
but it really kicks off in May, kind of depending on when opening day falls.
that's true.
But it's kind of fun at the beginning of baseball season. Then it drags for 162 games.
Yeah,
But you know, it's nice. It's sunny. For us, temperatures usually aren't unbearable yet. May for us, weather-wise in Arkansas, is probably a top 3-4 month.
May. Yeah, I mean, okay, and I've said this before on the show, like 75, 80 degrees in May feels a lot different than 75, 80 degrees in September.
I agree.
I start to dislike that temperature in May
Because you know what's coming.
because I know it's coming, and I also, you know, you're coming out of hoodie season and all this kind of stuff. That first one, you know, you kind of like is, oh, it's warm, it feels nice outside, but then you get that burst of humidity after a rain shower or something like that, and you just. It's just PTSD for me. Like, I know what's coming. Whereas that same temperature in September, you're like, oh, I know what's coming, you know? So it is tricky. But yeah, you do get to do stuff outdoors. You get to go kayaking, you get to go hiking, go to the park and things like that. By the way, I've finished my ranking.
You finished your ranking?
I've
Okay.
finished my ranking. We can talk about it later. June. It's hot.
That's what I've got written down.
It starts to get hot at least.
I've got two things about June written down. It's hot and there's long days.
And
Longest day of the year falls in June.
And I also added there's few holidays in June. There's not a lot going on in June.
You get Juneteenth.
Yeah.
You get Flag Day.
Yeah.
Father's Day.
Father's Day is in June. It's funny. I guess Lauren's been working at a bank for so long. I think of bank holidays now.
Right.
And I'm like, Father's Day is not really a holiday, but it is. I enjoyed my first Father's Day. You know, it was great.
According to Aaron, June comes in number 7 on the calendar.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you mine.
Oh, okay.
I need to backtrack a little bit, don't I? January for me came in at 9th. February came in at 8th.
Wow.
So I stayed true to what I was saying there. January, February, March came in at 7th.
Okay.
April at 10th.
Oh, wait. Okay. You've got it way down there
Mm-hmm.
at the bottom.
Yeah.
Why?
There's not much that goes on. It's rainy. There's nothing special about
Easter wasn't big enough to...
Easter. The day is important, but I mean, as a month goes,
The holiday?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
May for me came in at 5th.
Okay, we're the same.
So just outside of me adding it to the bracket. I'm sure it will make this bracket then. We'll retroactively add it to it. June for me comes in at 6th.
And I had it 7th.
You had 7th. The only reason I have it that high, it's typically a vacation month for us.
Okay.
So we will usually
look forward to June.
So we'll usually take a vacation at some point during June. So that's like, you go to the beach. It's one of the better beach months. I personally like to go later in the year, but with family schedules and stuff like that in school, June is good because it's not ridiculously hot yet. It's just they're just now getting there. So it's a good vacation month.
The world of rancor.
Yes. Where do they got?
You wanted to know when we would diverge from each other.
Oh no, is this it?
They rank it number 1.
Are you serious?
The people of the world say June is the best month of the year.
Why? What's the pros to have it that high?
Because it is the official start of summer. School wraps up, which means graduation parties and half the month off for students and teachers. That's the pros that they list.
Yeah. That's it?
That's what they listed. Here's the cons. They had 2 pros. They've got some cons. June gloom takes the fun out of summer vacation. Okay. I don't know what June gloom is.
I don't either.
I've never heard of that term before. Secondly, you haven't gone to the gym in months, and the thought of wearing a bathing suit makes you want to vomit.
No, that's true. And it's hot.
Other than them saying it's the official start of summer, I don't know why you people out there are ranking June number 1.
Yeah. I don't understand that.
I know it's supposedly like a big wedding month, right? Everybody wants, girls want to be a June bride.
Again, because the chance of rain is very small. And in a lot of
Midwest, have your wedding indoors.
Midwest and northern states and probably out west, it's not ridiculously hot like it is here, or, doesn't quite get that hot. Here in Arkansas, we're getting close to 90 degrees by that point, and of course there's humidity.
Oh yeah,
and so you're starting to feel that June is always fake summer to me because it just gets hotter here. But by that point, you're like, oh, it's getting hot. And
you only think it's hot.
You only think it's hot because it's hitting 90 degrees. You hadn't felt hot yet. There's no reason that it needs to be number 1.
It should not be. I mean,
to me, it's not top 5.
I think people probably are taking vacations. It has to be the only thing that I'm thinking.
That's the only reason it's that high for me. So
that shouldn't be enough to push it to the top spot on the list.
No.
So let's see. What else do you have in June? You have the NBA Finals happen in June.
Mm-hmm. I mean, baseball it's not really in full swing. It's still pretty early in the season.
Yeah.
Baseball's a long season. So, I mean, you're talking.
To me, it's kind of I don't know.
July is really a dead spot for sports because you have All-Star break in July.
I had it at 7th, and I feel like that's right there where it needs to be.
June?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
6, 7, somewhere in there. It's middle of the pack.
It's middle of the pack.
Let's talk about July. Since we're right there by June.
Okay.
July has the biggest saving grace for July is July 4th.
Yeah, you have Independence Day, which you have taken a major crap on fireworks.
I have. Sorry.
So I don't know why it even excites you.
It doesn't. I have July 11th on my list of
Do
months.
you really?
Yes.
That's terrible.
It is ridiculously hot by this point. The only saving grace is a 4th of July. You might do a cookout, but it's hot outside when you do that cookout. And a lot of places have fireworks. Fireworks are overrated. I've said this on the pod before. I will say it till my dying day. I'm sure in a couple of years when my daughter can appreciate, she will love fireworks and say, "Daddy, let's watch the fireworks," and I'll melt like a stick of butter in that July heat and go see some fireworks. But at some point, I will teach her the ways that are true, and she will come to know our Lord and Savior, and she will understand that fireworks have fire in it for a reason. Because they come from a place down under. I don't know where I was going with that, but fireworks.
Okay, you have it ranked 11th.
I have it ranked 11th.
I have it 8th, which is appropriate.
I'm inappropriate.
You're inappropriate.
Why should it be that high?
Let me get to that.
Give me some pros for July. All I have written here is 4th and hot. That's all I've got written.
I had Independence Day written. I had hot written. Watermelon. I like to eat watermelon, and I think of watermelon. We have a lot of good watermelon in Arkansas come July.
That's true. Yeah.
That's good. I like to do some outdoor, like water balloon stuff, water wars. We do that in July a lot.
Yeah.
So there's some fun things we do.
That's not enough to bump it up.
Not all the way to where the people in the world of Ranker have it. Second.
Are you serious?
It's the number 2 month.
Man, these Ranker people like summer. That's all this is.
So here it is. Here's the pros.
They must be on the grind during the fall and winter months.
It's the peak of summer. The weather is warm. Even grouchy people are cracking smiles.
They don't live in the South. There are obviously not people from the South voting in this poll. This is a bunch of New York and Minnesota and Seattle people voting in this.
Generous friends share their boats and barbecue supplies. I have a lot of friends in the South. They spend the summer on the lake.
That's true.
That's a huge thing for people. Yeah. I'm not a lake guy.
Yeah, we go maybe once or twice a year.
It's just day drinking is totally acceptable is the second pro that they have listed.
Okay. So we have drunk Northerners. This is the key demographic for voting in this poll is drunk Northerners.
Independence Day is arguably the best holiday of the year.
Strong disagree. We need to do a holidays episode at some point.
You can't be un-American and say that.
I can absolutely be un-American when it comes to just that.
Independence Day is the most important or second most important holiday that we'd celebrate in the season.
I very rarely celebrate it, period.
Well, you should.
You know what we made? We have Rib Day for Memorial Day. We did do nothing for 4th of July. We might,
I wear my
American flag underwear. Prove it.
I wear my Independence Hall and my Constitution shirt every July 4th.
Okay.
It's an important holiday. It's a great holiday.
By the way, we're at 7, and we haven't hit a bell in a long. You haven't hit a bell, period.
I haven't hit a bell, period.
Is it going to be a race to get these final 5?
Here's the other pro. Tan bodies and beach days make life worth a living.
Yeah.
Some companies let employees out early on Fridays or have a no Friday work policy during the summer. I don't know of those.
I don't know of that either.
Cons. If you live in a super hot climate, the heat of July can be a little bit much.
Yeah, you think?
Tourists and crowds. Yuck. Those are the cons.
Go home, Ranker. You're drunk.
I am the only one with any objectivity here between you and the Ranker people.
You are the bridge.
I am the voice of reason in the room.
So we're on two extremes, and you're holding tight with the average here.
I've got it there.
Okay, so we go from July into August. You're not going to hit the button?
Nope.
Where do you have August ranked? Because I have one note for August.
My note for August says why.
I have August as hot, and it's number 12 on my ranking.
It's 12 on your ranking?
It's 12. Worst month.
I have August 10th.
August is terrible.
It's a bottom tier month.
It is hot. It is the hottest of the months, at least here in Arkansas. Maybe you're listening from somewhere else, and you're like, oh, August is great.
Ranker says it's 8th.
They're getting closer, but I still think they're
still
way too
definitively summer, which means long daylight hours, cookouts, vacation days, and outdoor activities. College football and fantasy football drafts start up this month.
Saving grace.
That's about it for me. The summer heat means watching lots of summer movies in the theaters.
That used to be.
We didn't really talk about blockbuster movies.
Yeah, summer blockbusters.
Because we did go this year and watch whatever that, Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
That's the only one I've been to see this summer.
That was the origin of the blockbuster. It was too hot to do anything outside during that part in July and August, and so they would go into theaters. That is so far outdated, though. Like, that's just not a thing anymore. People just don't even want to get out during those months.
No.
And with streaming, and I would say the holiday season now is the bigger time for movies.
Cons, it says most likely wherever you live, it is hot as heck. and you're going to have to sweat through this month. And for us, I mean, you walk outside and your face just begins to melt.
Miserable.
You begin to question the purpose of life.
School also starts in August.
People are starting back school.
I mean,
which I for some parents, it's probably they put that under the pro list.
But like in a college town like ours, traffic gets worse in August.
Restaurants fill up.
They do.
It gets busier.
Things change, and and it's just still freaking hot.
Yeah,
bugs are still bad.
Yes,
it's just a bad
mosquitoes.
Month. Yeah, there's no saving grace for me for August. Dead last.
We hit our hottest temperatures of the year. Mm-hmm. It's awful.
Your air conditioner is struggling.
I mean, it's running 24/7.
Yeah,
it's bad.
And your grass is if your grass is growing, you got to mow in that. If it's probably dead though, because it's not raining anymore.
August, I will have to take 3-4 showers a day. Like you go outside and do anything for 30 minutes, you're just drenched by the time you come back in.
It's awful, man.
You start the day like, man, I gotta take another shower through this.
Awful. Then we go from August into September. Oh, he finally hits the button. Where do you want it?
Let me see. Let me tell you. I want it number 1.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Wow. That's really surprising.
Numero uno.
That's extremely surprising for coming from you.
That is what my power rankings say. Now, I would like to question myself.
You question past Aaron?
I don't know what Aaron was thinking at 5:53 p.m. on March the 12th from Earth this year. But
that's interesting.
Aaron says September is number 1.
Wow.
Ranker. Go ahead. Let's hear yours.
I have September 4th.
September number 4.
I have September at number 4. So I was going to hit it if you didn't.
Ranker has it number 9.
That seems low. But compared to everything else they've put at the top of the list, I guess it makes sense.
We have hit the burr months.
Yes.
And anybody playing along, keeping track, knows that since we haven't hit the button very much, we obviously both have the burr months
we lean
at the top of our list.
Yes.
Okay. Let me tell you why Ranker says it's a pro. Back to school. You get to see your old friends, talk about what you did all summer, and start your life back up again. I don't see that as a... Yeah. Labor Day weekend. So I
do like Labor Day.
That sort of feels like the conclusion to summer.
Yes, I am so glad when it hits.
I live by this rule, and that is that no matter what,
you do not wear white after Labor Day. He holds tight to that rule, y'all. I know him. He will not do it. I have tried to get him to wear white pants. He will not do it. He refuses. He says, Craig, you know my one rule. Don't you make me do that.
No, that is, I observe the meteorological calendar.
Okay.
And meteorologically, fall begins September 1st.
Does it?
Yes.
Okay.
Official fall does not. No, official fall does not begin until like the 23rd, something like that, first, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I observe that. Does it feel like fall outside yet on September 1st in Arkansas? Absolutely not.
Possibly, but probably not.
But in my soul, I am longing for fall.
Yeah. By that point, summer, you know it's coming.
If college football is on TV,
which is Labor Day weekend,
if NFL is on TV,
which is before that, but yeah,
then it's fall.
Yeah.
It's not summer.
Yeah.
If Labor Day has happened, summer is over.
It's true.
We're in the heart of the burr season.
Mm-hmm.
This is the best. We are looking for the beginnings of fall colors. Yeah. Not in Arkansas.
Well, sometimes, but it's mostly because the trees are dead from the heat and drought. Earlier in September, I was in Chick-fil-A and I was like, oh, the fall colors have started. No, it's just because it's 95 still, middle of September. That tree's dead.
For us, we celebrate our anniversary in September. We always take a big trip, typically to the mountains of Colorado is where we go. And we will generally see fall colors out there. We just got back a few weeks ago from it. This year we had we ran into snow and sleet a couple of days in the highest elevations of the mountains that we went to. So it was a lot of fun. And I think for all of those reasons, I must have pushed September number one, just because we've gotten through what is the dog days of summer.
Yeah.
Playoff baseball is just around the corner. The actual games matter now.
That's true. Yeah.
For like the Rangers this year, it was the Rangers, it was the Astros, and it was the Mariners. It was a 3-team race to see who won the division. So baseball was fun. Football's coming back on TV.
Yeah.
It's a good sports time.
It's getting to be a good sports time for sure.
And you had it ranked where?
4th. Yeah. I have it 4th. Typically we would go on a vacation during September also. Early part of September we would go to that's when I ideally like to go to the beach because the school crowd is gone, all the kids and the families are gone, and so you feel like you've got the beach to yourself.
Yeah. And when we travel, I mean, you go anywhere and it's easier traveling.
It's very nice. But yeah, the time of year you're starting to make the turn into October. Chaos.
It was like a game of nerds right there.
Okay, I don't know how we break. I don't know who hit it first.
I don't know either.
So I'm saying it again. I have it. Where do you have it ranked? We'll see who has it higher.
I have it 4th.
I have it 1.
You have October ranked number 1.
I'm going to take it. I have October ranked numero uno on my list. We are in the best month right now, to me. The reason why, because it actually feels like fall right now. You got hoodies. This feels.
I have not worn a hoodie yet.
I have. I broke one out this week. I've broken 2 out this week. Because
listen,
in the mornings it's 40, 45, 50 degrees, 55 degrees. At night it gets cooler. And it's just now happened this week. I mean, we're a week and a half into it right now. Or no, we're just now a week into fall.
It's 80 degrees out. You can't wear a hoodie in 80 degree weather.
I can in the morning. You can take that hoodie off when the sun comes out in the afternoon, but it's getting rainy. You're starting to feel stuff. By the end of this month, it's going to feel incredible. You are in the middle of the burrs. You are football. We've mentioned on this thing, sports. This is the best month for sports. Sports are everywhere. You're paying attention to everything. You get to finally get some chili. You got Halloween near the end of the month, which is always just a fun time to hang out. You got costumes and all that kind of stuff. You've got fall fests that are happening. To me, the reason I put it so high is simply because it is the doorway into the whole season.
If it's the doorway, then it can't be the best.
Because I look forward to it so much. It is so enjoyable to get to this point.
Once again, as the voice of reason, I look over here at Ranker. They say it's number 5, so they've come back to reality with me. I've got it at 4.
Got it at 4.
I think that is the appropriate spot.
Okay.
They say it's the start of fall. You got crisp weather. It's not cold yet. Pretty leaves. Oktoberfest. That's big for a lot of people. Lots of squash and pumpkins everywhere.
Yeah.
Halloween. Yeah, we're gonna have some good food.
Yeah.
We're gonna do some fun stuff. You get the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
We're watching that. Erica begged me in the store that it was like I had a kid with me at Walmart. There was a new cereal. Kellogg's has, it's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown cereal.
Oh, really?
She's like, oh, we got to get that. Can we get that? Can we get that? It's like, no. It looks like Captain Crunch. Little pebbles. I was like, we can go get the off-brand Captain Crunch, and it'll be just as good.
You also get something that you're absolutely opposed of.
Pumpkin spice.
You got pumpkin spice, man. Now, listen, Starbucks and places will bring out their pumpkin spice in August, which is dumb. I refuse to eat anything pumpkin or drink anything pumpkin related until October 1.
I refuse to drink it even on October 1. I will not drink pumpkin spice.
But when October hits, that's my opportunity to enjoy some pumpkin things. I've had 3 or 4 of them
Pumpkin should only be enjoyed
In pie form?
I would argue that, but for less than a week of the entire year. You should have pumpkin spice week, and that should be it. If I were president of the United States, I would sign an executive order. I would send people to the clinker for drinking pumpkin spice.
There's gonna be a lot of basic white girls in Guantanamo Bay then.
They probably need to be there. I'd put them under the jail.
No, I'm a fan of it. I'm here for it. No, pumpkin stuff is great from October till Thanksgiving. That's the season. It's pumpkin season, and I'm okay with it. I had some pumpkin spice popcorn last week.
Why?
It doesn't make sense, but it was good. I liked it.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
I was here for it. My mom made some pumpkin cheesecake. It was really good too. Keto friendly, by the way. She knows how to work that keto friendly dessert stuff. So yeah, it's number one for me. On here, sports, cool weather. Hoodies are back.
Okay, hoodies, yeah, they come back in October.
Yeah.
I don't think that alone should make it.
Okay.
You've overreacted.
No, because like I am the kind of guy, I like wearing like shorts in a hoodie. So
Okay, now
this is the time of year that I get to do that. When it starts
Why?
getting too cool, I don't want to wear shorts. I need some long pants, but I like shorts and a hoodie because it's,
what sense does that make?
because I like I like to keep the bottom half cool. I love a hoodie. Okay, I love the comfort of a hoodie, but I still want to be flexible. I want it, just in case danger, I get to move. I'm a strange bird, Aaron. You gotta let me fly. I'm a peacock. I'm a peacock, man. You gotta let me fly.
I something else I was going to mention about September. One of the reasons why I had it up there was, for me, Apple releasing
Oh yes,
new gear.
Absolutely.
That was also
It's iPhone season.
yeah,
Tech timber.
Tech Timber.
Yeah.
Exactly. A pro for, see if you agree with this, for October. It says all of your favorite shows are back on the air.
Irrelevant nowadays.
It's irrelevant now.
Used to be,
Yeah.
but yeah, irrelevant nowadays.
Yep.
They just come on whenever they come on.
So that doesn't count.
That only applies to broadcast TV, and they're still following that rule. But honestly, hopefully the writer's strike that just ended maybe does away with that too for them. I don't think it matters as much anymore.
The cons, it says if you're not a fan of pumpkin spice, there's literally no way to avoid it.
That makes sense.
That's what I live every day.
Okay, we move from October into November. I'm gonna get it. We need a big. button.
Yeah.
We just need a single button.
Buzzer.
Right here. Okay, you got that fair and square. Where do you want it? I'm gonna get stuck with March, aren't I?
I want it.
You got September 1.
I want it third.
Third, because you think you're gonna get December, don't you?
You have to give me December.
I don't have to.
You have to give me December.
Jack squat.
You do. I am Mr. December.
You.
Just as well, I
Next we have December. Oh,
where do you have November ranked?
I have November number 3.
Ranker has it number 7.
Travesty.
The world says it's 7.
I'm very tempted to. Okay, if this makes you feel any better, if it wasn't for December, November and October are like right beside each other.
November is a superior month to October.
It's close, but I
Here's why. You get the World Series.
Okay.
You get football.
Okay.
You get basketball. You get all of them.
Man, is November better? A better sports month? Wait, is the World Series still going on in November? I don't think the World Series is still going on in November.
Well, let me look.
I think it wraps up in October. I think that's the only reason. But still, man, you might be convincing me. I'm not.
Yeah, it goes November 1st and November 3rd is when it would wait, no, it would actually Game 7 would be November 4th. So you would have 3 days of baseball in November.
I'm gonna switch those two. Dang it. I'm gonna flip November and October.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
I think that's a good decision.
Dang it.
I like that.
I'm still going to keep it number 1 on the bracket for me.
Pros for November, according to Ranker. For most, Thanksgiving is a glorious holiday.
Great holiday. Love it.
It is, and we've discussed this before, but I think it's probably my favorite food holiday.
Absolutely. It has to be.
It's better than Christmas. Christmas really isn't about the food.
Yeah.
Christmas is snacks, kind of party stuff.
Christmas is dessert. It's candies and
Cakes and
things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, baked goods.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's Christmas.
Yeah.
November, you're laying out the turkey, you're laying out what other proteins that you might enjoy, ham, whatever. And then you're getting that dressing or stuffing and potato. All the carbs are coming out for
absolutely.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Mac and cheese. It's just a big table. Deviled eggs.
Yeah. And you're right. November probably is a better doorway than I guess October is the doormat.
Yeah.
October is the doorway because you are fully in it at that point.
November is going to be Christmas decorating season.
The end of November, post Thanksgiving. Where are my people out there?
No, it doesn't matter.
I need you guys to do you decorate before Thanksgiving or after Thanksgiving?
The question is this: do you decorate in November?
But I want to know when you decorate in November. Is it before or after Thanksgiving? Does Thanksgiving get its due?
It does.
It deserves to be its own day.
Decorating
Quit
before
letting Christmas sneak in there.
No, because you're not decorating for Thanksgiving.
You can.
Do you?
You can absolutely. My family, my parents do. Absolutely. There's this little
Mama and Papa Woodson, are you guys decorating for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, absolutely. There's this little pilgrim set that they put out. There's more leaves instead of pumpkins at this point. Yeah. My mama, she's extra when it comes to stuff like that. We've always grown up that way. The Thanksgiving gets its day.
Yeah, it gets its day.
And then you can move on to Christmas. But you can't put Christmas stuff out without giving Thanksgiving its day.
No, you do both.
How? If you
I've lived it.
You can't give Thanksgiving its day if there's Christmas stuff everywhere.
Why not?
How can you say it's Thanksgiving and today is its day with a Christmas tree sitting next to you and stockings playing Bing Crosby's White Christmas in the background while you're eating your turkey?
Well, I'm playing football in the background while I'm eating my turkey. But what I said was, you decorate for Christmas in November.
You got me triggered.
I didn't say
true.
when.
Okay.
So you decorate for Christmas in November.
I do. You're right.
As do I. We decorate for Christmas in November.
Weeks apart.
No, it's days apart.
When is it? You usually do what, the second week in November?
I say around the 15th of the month.
Yeah, that's weeks apart. It's at least 2 weeks apart.
No. I don't know. Let's look at this year. What is it this year? Well, if you're not decorating for Christmas early, listen, I bet Hallmark is already playing Christmas movies.
I bet they are too. I know. I went to Lowe's the other day, and all the Halloween stuff is already moved over, and it is full on Christmas stuff.
Well, that's good.
Walmart, the home and garden section, already all Christmas stuff.
I mean, you have to buy your stuff. You can't wait until Christmas to go buy your Christmas stuff.
Yeah, but come on, the first week in October, it's a little bit ridiculous. And they do it because they know people are already going to start decorating. I saw somebody's Instagram post. They already have their Christmas tree up.
Wait, what?
October 1, they put their Christmas tree up. Yeah. It's ridiculous. And I thought you were extreme. They are way past extreme.
I am not extreme. I show you every year. I am well behind a great number of acquaintances and friends that have Christmas stuff up. Yeah, I am once again the voice of reason. I'm not out here on the extremes like pushing Christmas to, we're only going to enjoy it for like 3 hours and we're going to enjoy it for 6 months. I'm over here in the middle.
No, you got to wait just a little bit longer.
Okay. You said the day after Thanksgiving.
The day after Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Okay. So that's the 24th.
Yeah.
And I said decorate around the 15th, which is a Wednesday. So I would probably promote pushing it to Thursday or Friday, which would make it the 16th or 17th. That's like a week apart.
Okay.
We're less than 10 days apart on what you're saying, what I'm saying. 10 days.
That's the distance I was incorrect on. You're closer.
10 days.
But why can't you just wait 10 days?
Because you don't get the full enjoyment of the holiday season. It's the
10
entire
days.
holiday
It's
season.
10 days.
The
Enjoy
whole
Thanksgiving.
holiday season.
Enjoy Thanksgiving.
I love Thanksgiving. I just said it's the best holiday.
Just then why?
The whole
If
season.
it's the best holiday, decorate for Thanksgiving.
The whole season has to be encompassed.
What is the season?
The holiday season.
You're taking Christ out of Christmas is what I heard. Okay, so we have November. And then look a politician. December. Man, you're gonna stick me with May?
Well, I'm going to be stuck with something as well.
I'm gonna guess you want Christmas at 2 or December at 2.
Yeah.
I knew I should have taken some stuff early. Do we want to we want to talk about December first or fill the bracket out first?
I'm trying to decide if I'm keeping it, if I was wrong.
Yeah, you're gonna switch September and December. I have a feeling, or at least you might move September to 4. While he's debating, I will tell you what's in December. Christmas. I mean, that's it, right?
Where do you have it ranked?
I've got December number 2.
You've got it number 2.
I've got it number 2.
I've got it.
And I would be very tempted to put it at number 1.
I've got it number 2 as well.
The only knock against it is just that it is so busy. November feels a little bit more, you got a little bit more flexibility and freedom. December can get really tight. You're spending a lot of money. It's very busy.
And that's why I had it second.
Yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes the busyness, December just seems to fly by.
It does. It goes by very fast. You've got Christmas parties that you're going to. I mean, how many Christmas parties are you going to? I'm probably going to 3 or 4 at least. You've got, and you're trying to get, your Christmas shopping in. We always try to go, and it keeps getting earlier and earlier. It feels like in the year that we try to do that. And then you're trying to do Christmas with, your family and friends, and each one of them want to be special. It's just, it becomes a lot, and you're spending a lot. And now we have kids, and that's another, it's going to be even more as the years go on. So it can be a lot. And I would say those are the cons. And I get for some people, if you don't have a close family, or if you've got a split family, or if there's, you've lost a loved one recently, that can be a really hard time of year.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of pros.
Here's the other cons. You'll be spending most of your paycheck on expensive airfare and gifts for everyone you know. That makes me think of the Home Alone people traveling.
Yeah. Thankfully, neither one of us really have to do that a ton.
No, we're close.
Yeah, we're pretty close here.
For me, I'm going to try to talk myself into changing December.
Okay. Where do you want it?
And here's why. For us, December is birthday month.
That's, yeah.
My sister is on December 2nd. My wife is December 7th. My brother's December 11th. I'm December 20th. My son is now December 20th.
Yeah.
My mom is December 31st.
Yep.
And then I've got nieces and nephews also in December. It's birthday month.
Yeah. And our Lord and Savior.
And it's...
You left him out. I'm just saying. I mean, we don't know that
Jesus is the reason for the season. I got it on a big sign in the yard. Yeah. Of course.
So you're going to put it number 1? That's what it's sounding like you're going towards.
I'm trying to think of why I had it. I think that the weather is probably an advantage for September over December. Wouldn't you agree? Weather-wise, where we live, wouldn't you rank September above December?
See, that's hard for me. I hate warm weather.
I know, but we should have
cooler
weather.
I mean, but like December around here could also be 60 degrees.
We had a Christmas a couple years ago. It was like 80. We were smoking meat outside.
Yeah. So, like, for me, my personality, the way my body operates with the whale blubber I have as insulation, I would take an ice storm and a week straight of 30 degrees over a week straight of 80 degrees. That's just me. So it's hard for me to say that. I think I would lean toward the December weather month personally.
Let me look at this. According to Arkansas's website, the average max temperature for September is 85 degrees. Is that too hot?
That feels lower than what I would.
Average December
expect.
temperature is 53.
See, I'm taking that all day long.
Oh man.
While
the average minimum temperature is 61. The average minimum temperature of December is 34.
Yeah.
Occasionally, like December 2012, we had a white Christmas. Mm-hmm. I think that might have been the last time we had a white Christmas.
We almost got one last year. Almost.
Yeah, almost.
Because it was snowing or spitting stuff whenever Harrison was born. So while you're debating, I'm gonna go ahead and snag May. And I'm gonna put it 2. And yes. I'm going to take one more. I just don't know which one I'm going to take yet.
You took what?
I want to take May. And you know what? Go ahead.
I'm going to take April.
Okay, April at 4.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to go out of order for mine, and I'm going to take March at 3rd.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Anniversary for us.
Yeah.
March Madness. Yeah. So I'm just going to go out of, and I might end up swapping those two. I don't know. Okay, we have a bracket filled out. You want to talk more about Christmas? We could talk about Christmas forever.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows it's Christmas.
Everybody knows it's Christmas.
All right, let's bracket this thing out then. Let's get to business then. Now that we're here, and we're finally. I was just stalling until I got to the right page.
If you want to be the best, you have to beat the rest. This is the Best Things Bracket.
This should be interesting. I have no idea how we're gonna go here. Okay, let's try rapid firing here because I did not think a podcast about the months of the year would maybe break a record on how long we go. Okay, September versus February. 3, 2, 1. September. December versus March. 3, 2, 1.
December.
October versus April. 3, 2, 1.
October.
And then May versus November. 3, 2, 1.
November.
September versus December.
So all the Burr months hit that was our 4.
We know it. We knew it was going to be there. Now it starts to get into semantics.
Yeah.
September versus December. This is your great conundrum here.
I
feel like I need to
so torn.
I feel like I need to defer to you, but I know which one I would pick.
You would pick December.
I would pick December.
And tell me again why you think it's better than September.
Well, okay. If I'm looking at the 2 months side by side,
yeah,
and I think of what is good about September. Pro for September, football. Cooler weather. Okay.
Fantasy football.
Yeah, those are the big ones.
Baseball.
When I look at December, you don't get baseball, but football's really cooking now. It matters a lot, especially in college. NFL, you're in the playoffs.
Our season's over come December.
Well, you got bowl games. You got the playoffs that are starting to. You got championship week. NFL is really cooking at that point. You're in the playoffs, about usually around then. It feels really good outside by that point. Basketball is really good at this point also.
But we're not traveling. We're not going anywhere in December. We're sticking around home.
I'm a homebody, so I'm okay with that.
I know, but we talked about September, how we always do a big trip. You usually would do a big trip. I mean, those are like monumental things on your calendar that you look at each year.
Then you got Christmas. And you got parties and get-togethers. And
you just talked about how hectic that was, and it's a lot.
It is a lot.
You're spending money.
It's true.
This week we got that Amazon Christmas. Did you get that?
Yep.
Sat and looked through that last night.
All right, here we go. September versus December. 3, 2, 1. December. September 1 to 10. 3, 2, 1.
9.
8. December 3, 2, 1. 10. December.
I don't know if I've done the right thing.
October versus November. 3, 2, 1. November. And December versus November. 3, 2, 1. November. Wow. Did we just say
I don't.
November is the best month?
I don't know. I don't know that I agree with that. I've got it third on my list. It's third in my power rankings.
Even
if I swapped December and September, I've still got November in third.
Yeah.
I don't know that we've done the right thing.
I mean, the maths. I don't know that it does. I mean, on average, I have it number 1 now. You have it third. So, law of averages say it should be second.
Ranker says December is third.
We both have December number 2.
Ranker says November is number 7.
So, Ranker has what higher?
December. USA Today has September number 1. We didn't even talk about the fact that there's an all-time great song by Earth, Wind, and Fire about
true.
September.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I mean, this may be one. I mean, obviously, this is up for debate. I think if we're power ranking this,
Business Insider says September's number 1.
I think December, if we were going AP style for this, November gets 1 vote for me, a number 1 vote. Gets a number 3 vote for you. That would make it number 2. And it would be 2 2s for us. That would probably edge it out, right?
I got lost in your math there somewhere.
Cue the Zach Galifianakis math meme, because that's how my brain was just working.
What I do know is we got the 4 months correct.
That's true. Yeah.
And I think we got the 2 best months correct.
I think so. I think after that, it's debatable.
I just don't know.
Pick any of the final 4. I think we're all in agreement with that. The final 4 there.
A Burr month.
A Burr month. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
All right. We have that. Let's now do this.
It may be the best thing today, but is it the best thing of all time? It's time for the best thing battle.
We have November versus the Super Bowl, which I believe is a 2-time winner if my board is correct over there. So that means the decision should be
easy.
Should be easy, maybe.
I've got it, and I know why I've got it.
You're locked in?
I'm locked in.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
November!
That's right. Because you can't have the Super Bowl without football in November. Is that the reason why you had it?
I really didn't know why I had it.
But you said you had it.
No, I had it, but I don't know why I had it. Because the month is greater than a day. I do know that much.
That's true. I'm on board with that.
30 days are greater than 1 day.
Yes. Concur. Okay. Well, we did it. November's the new champion. There's no song about November. I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's a song about
Remember the 5th of November.
That's true.
I don't remember why I'm supposed to remember that, but I do remember learning that as a kid for some reason. It's important historically, I think.
Frank Broyles is famous for saying they remember what you do in November. when it comes to football.
That one guy was Mr. Nope, that was Mr. October. Whoever that player was. You know who I'm talking about?
I think so.
Player in baseball, real famous.
Yeah,
I should be able to tell you what his name was right now. I can't think of it.
Who was Mr. October?
Was
it? It was October.
I'm wanting not Willie Mays, not Jackie Robinson.
Is it Mickey Mantle?
Reggie Jackson. There it is.
Wow, I was way off. Okay, Aaron, you got anything else?
Nope. I'm sitting here, just questioning
Questioning everything.
my power rankings.
Maybe you need to update it. Maybe you need to do the. Do you listen to Josh Pate or watch him?
No.
Late Kick.
Uh-uh.
He has a model for football teams, and it's different than the AP, and it's solely based on would this one beat this one head to head, and he moves them up based on that alone. And that's how he does his ranking. It's very interesting. All right, that'll do it then for the best things. I'm Craig.
I'm Aaron.
We'll talk at you next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the Best Things Podcast. If you liked today's episode, subscribe and leave us a review wherever you're listening now. And remember, connect with us on the socials at Best Things Pod, and you may hear your take on an upcoming episode.